got the shark and the zebra. Spirit, you are welcomed into the reading to give the messages that are needed to be heard. We can hear you. All right. The shark, I notice, is in a position of the future and usually comes with an energy of assertiveness and direction. I like it because it's a focus and it's driven. It's mystical and magical or whatnot. The zebra I also love because look at those lashes, child. But I like the black and white, which means not much gray area, someone who's very unique. I don't want to say above average, it's just not mediocre. Okay. Now this space in between the eyes could be connected to the pineal gland and other body parts, metaphysical attributes or whatnot, a tunnel for communication, as well as like a rite of passage. Sometimes it's a statement, right? So the zebra represents eccentric, creative, visionary, which says for some of you, this direction, if you're looking for one in the near future, could also include packing your bags, child, and going on like, I want to say like a voluntary, environmental, global health kind of shindig is what the zebra could represent, which literally says it's a hint that you may be packing your bags, child. The zebra is worldly, enthusiastic, fashion forward. When out of balance, could be jaded, pouty, and vain. It's because you ain't, it's like somebody acting up in class. They smart, beautiful, very cute human being, adorable even, and intelligent and bright, but just won't behave. Y'all know that person in class, and some of y'all might say, well, they wasn't cute. Okay. My point is, sometimes when you're bored, you could misbehave and or just feel unmotivated with a lack of direction, like pooh. And so it reminds me of that movie with Will Smith, The Hancock, where he was kind of just like, man, he wasn't a bum drunk at a bus stop. He wasn't like, that. But nothing, there were probably memories of the past or this longing for a thing he couldn't really remember but was still there that was just waiting to be awakened, right? And then as soon as there was a purpose that fit, right? Because it was no job, it was nothing in school, and I'm not discouraging institutionalized lifestyles, honey, by any means. But, and understanding that was also like a fiction movie, allegedly. You get my drift. Like this thing comes along and it's above average or not mediocre, where it's like an anomaly that's very creative and, like I said, eccentric. And that pushes this future forward with this direction that's very powerful because the shark talks about the true nature and desires being revealed. Now, for some of you that follow the channel, because this is you guys' energy, you had the crocodile too that represented, stillness until something was ready to be exposed. And so here's the shark, a similar water animal that also comes with the energy of exposure. Now, I love that exposure comes up with this creative visionary. So there could be something in the near future that grants you the exposure that's needed for you to be seen. And I like how the zebra is prepared. Looked like his hair got cut. You know what I'm saying? Picture perfect. Them lashes got done, child. And like I said, this emblem or this symbol may be symbolic to the world, because in this deck, the actual world in one of the animal cards is the color of this triangle. So usually the circle and the triangle, along with squares, could represent, alchemy or temperance. Okay. I love temperance in that area too because it's protected from like psychic attacks. And this shark, which usually doesn't represent anything negative, but if there are individuals that may be sneaky or destructive in your environment, it just talks about your honesty and your truth is your protection. It's like, give a fuck about any of that. Now, if you don't feel this energy per se, to bring the zebra energy into balance, an epic adventure and art could help you balance out. Now, for the shark itself, who's normally intriguing, captivating, and mysterious, and you mix that with worldly, enthusiastic, and fashion forward, I think that that's a wonderful pair. However, in shadow, a sneaky, destructive, jaded, pouty, vain individual may need to take a trip or just practice some honesty. Because whether we know it or not, it's like when we speak lies and gossip, it's not just about the other people, and it's a temporary high if that's what, somebody gets off on. It ultimately, subconsciously could hinder how one sees themselves. So that's why being honest and doing something that feels good to your nature, your true desires, could bring this back into alignment or whatnot. So I think that that's super dope for you guys. And I'm going to pull an outcome advice card. So the Page of Swords comes out as the outcome and possibly the advice. And that's funny because the Page of Swords, the shadow is a liar. Not going to lie. A snooper. A spy. Right? For some of you, this fashioning forward, this worldly thing that you could do, this trip that you may take, volunteer work that you could do overseas, whatever this renaissance thing is that could bring you back into balance, and you're not going to get there where you're sitting right now. Maybe doing some research, listening, being teachable, right? Now, the Page of Swords could also represent the child is coming to you in person or sending its lesson through other signs in the mental plane. So the child could be any one of you that actually have children. And it also talks about the messenger of some sort. Like the Page of Pentacles, yours is a world of constant discovery. That's perfect for the shark. That's perfect for the zebra. But you use principally in your mind for your adventures and to collect your souvenirs. So some of you, you already know you take little adventures. They may not have been overseas, and some of you they may have been. Whereas the Page of Pentacles turns his or her real world into a fantasy, you are capable of turning your fantasies into the real world. Check that out. And I'm going to leave you with that.